fucking... yeah, a little bit. No shit, a little bit, yeah. What are you drinking, my man? Jack Daniels and Co. Is that what they told you at the bar? Okay. It could be hand sanitizer at this point. I didn't put anything in it. It looks like you're the kind of guy who puts things in drinks. Not me. I'm not the one putting shit in drinks.
Listen, whether you're for or against, leaving the European Union, I think we can all agree that I've put on a bit of weight recently.
The black guys always get killed with extreme precision. Like, I don't know what it was, but like, I could be running through the forest, not hitting any trees, 40-mile-per-hour wind, and the killer just throws a machete. Oh shit, what happened? Meanwhile, you have like freaking Stacey, oh my god, whoops, oh my god, oh my god. And she's the only survivor, like, ain't this some bullshit? By that logic, Usain Bolt will be the first to die, but Hannah Montana's gonna live. Get the fuck out of here.
Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm the idiot on the comedy circuit. I've asked a group of comedians some questions on how to start and succeed in the world of stand-up comedy. Subscribe to this channel to see what their answers were, as well as to chart my progress on stage, be it crushing or crashing. More likely the latter than the former. You can also follow my progress on social media. I am ION Comedy on Twitter and ION Comedy Circuit on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Here is today's video.
My tips for being an MC is simply just get it done. I was very nervous the first time I MC'd a night, but you are the anchor for the whole evening. You're going to be the familiar face. So this is purely from my side of things. I like to make myself as likable as possible, but also be quite mischievous with it all. I like to act like I'm part of the group. We're all one group, and I'm that friend who I'm sort of, I'm the leader of the gang, but also I will put you down if you get out of line. I've got quite a firm hand, but I'm a beta male. I'm a beta male, but I do verge into alpha status when I'm on stage, because the night is mine, and I'm going to introduce some brilliant comedians. And so the trick is to just be sort of quite firm, but let people know that you're there for a good time. But nobody is to sort of act like a dick, really. And you get that wrong. There'll be times when you'll come into an audience and you'll be quite harsh on them, and then you'll slowly realise, oh, actually these guys are fine. They're ready for a night of comedy. There'll be nights when you'll be like too over the top with your niceness, and then an audience can take liberties with that, and then you go, oh. So it's all about finding that balance. But I firmly believe that at the minute I'm probably the strongest I've ever been MCing wise, and that all comes down to just practice, just getting on stage, seeing what works, and then soon enough even before you step foot on stage, you can look at an audience and you can know, right, this is an audience I need to gently lead by the hand, or this is an audience that I need to take a firm fist to.
So, bit of history in terms of, I'm a resident MC at Boxer Comedy Club. I do a lot of MC work for other comedy clubs around London. In 2019, I was selected to do the AAA showcase, which is like a big showcase up in Edinburgh, run by Bound and Gag. And I was the MC, the host there, which was like up to 100 people for like 30 nights. The difference between, and I'm going to be honest, the reason why I started doing MC stuff was because two reasons. First of all, I thought, right, well, it was an easy way for me to start getting paid gigs, because not many people wanted to do it, because people just want to work on their set and go home. Nobody wants to be the MC. So I was like, right, okay. And then low-key, there are some fucking great MCs, but also the amount of times I'd see MCs who were like kind of shit. And I was thinking, I can be better than that. I can do better than that, easily. I know I can do better than that. And that's not even arrogant. I know I could, especially when you're on the open mic scene, some of the gigs you're seeing, a lot of the people, and this is no disrespect to anyone who's doing an open mic, unless you're running a bringer, then maybe I don't like you that much. But it's like, the amount of like comics who aren't good as MCs, and I think the thing with MCs is a lot of people think like the MC is like an afterthought. They think, oh, actually, we'll just get a good lineup, and then we'll get somebody you can't hold the crowd, you can't get them warmed up. I think what sets the MC apart from a stand-up comedian is you need to be very present. You are basically on their side. Normally, you can get with comics, they go, it's us versus them. You know, that's why you always hear like that's the relationship you had. Like the comics will go, you either killed or you bombed. These are not positive interactions you want to have with the audience. You're either murdering them, which is a good thing, or you bombed, you died. But then, you know, it's still negative. An MC, your job is not that. Your job is to be first of all is to be informative. So you need to tell them what the night's about, what's going on. You need to be funny, so because you're the first person they see. You need to be funny out the gates. You need to be cohesive with all the other acts. You need to be like glue. You're the thing that holds everyone together, right? And this last bit is kind of important, and not everybody does this. But you don't really want to outshine, or you don't want to like be so good that everyone fucking else tanks. And I've been guilty of that. And it sounds arrogant, but like I've done gigs where people have gone, you know, you're actually the funniest, though. You were the funniest. And I'm just like, oh, and it's not deliberate. Sometimes like, because we bring new acts on, right? But you're not supposed to be like, when you bring on the first act, you don't want to be doing jokes and killing and they're going, ah! And then you've got this guy on doing like 5 minutes. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be in the room, you're supposed to be present, you're supposed to get people to laugh, and then they're warmed. And also, let's say if somebody does a set and they're killing, and then you've like, and you know, maybe because they're like, I don't know, like a high energy act or whatever, and then the next person you've got on, they're like completely deadpan. It's your responsibility in that minute or two to kind of go, well, it's not bringing back down. It's let's just level the playing field. Let's get everything crazy. Let's get back to a normal, happy state. So this next person can go on and they can do well. And similarly, if somebody bombs and they die and then they've stunk out the room, you can't just bring the next act on. You need to go in there. You need to kind of go, all right, well, that was funny, wasn't it? And then how do you get it back up? Maybe some callbacks or whatever it is. Bring people back up, back to that equilibrium, and then you bring the next act on. And I think that's a skill that you need to develop. It's a different muscle, which is why a lot of comedians don't do it. So it's not as much pressure as doing your set, but it's also a lot of pressure because you're kind of responsible for the night. Like if you're a crappy host, everybody goes, well, the guy who was running it or the person who was running it was a bit shit. So yeah, it's I think that's the difference between a comedian and an MC.
Yeah, as an MC, I pride myself. You gotta be able to smile. You gotta be able to be a good host. You've gotta be everyone's friend, and I say everyone's friend meaning like, yeah, you're coming to my night. I want you to enjoy yourself. I am the master of ceremonies, so I need y'all to enjoy yourself. And when I get on stage, I'm not trying to pick on nobody. I'm just trying to have fun. I just want us all to enjoy ourselves. I'm gonna ask about you and I'm gonna tell you about me. And we're gonna vibe and have a good time. As a comedian, you're a lot more freer as an act, because you just go up there, you say whatever you've already pre-planned to say, and then boom, you're gone. But I need to bounce off of whatever the audience gives me and make it funny. Like there was a time at the gig that I used to MC where I was talking to a lady in the crowd. I said, "You have very nice teeth." She said, "American." I'm like, damn, she put her dick on the table with that statement right out. And I had to be like, listen, British people, in your fucking face. That's just like you have to be fun with it. But you know, it was all in jest. And sometimes it's not always fun. One time a lady said she was having chest pains and needed to call the ambulance. So as the MC, I have to make sure she don't die at my show. You know, because I mean, I want the comedians to kill metaphorically, but I ain't trying to have my night with people dying. Like, come to the Grim Reaper comedy show. Nah, I don't want that type of reputation. So you got to be able to know the room, read the room, be a good host, be nice, make people feel welcome, make people feel, you know, have a good time, have a good playlist. I had some people come to my show because I was playing the Fugees. Just Cause I was playing the Fugees. Killing Me Softly. Now that's always my playlist. You know, listen, I would love to have Hit 'Em Up Tupac, but that's not the right song to bring people in the venue. So just, yeah, every comic can't be an MC. Not every MC is a great comic. You have to be able to perform, think on your feet, be cool under pressure, and respond to whatever goes down.
And that was today's video. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the notification bell to be prompted when a new video comes out. And don't forget to follow me on social media, ION Comedy on Twitter and ION Comedy Circuit on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Okay, bye-bye.